Boleh? So kita mula dengan formula trigo, compound angle. Compound angle. So kalau sin bracket A plus minus B, kita ada sin A cos B plus minus. Ini ikut plus minus. Kemudian kita ada cos A sin B. So itu compound angle. Benda yang you perlu tahu ya. Yang kedua, kita ada cos A plus minus B. So di sini kita ada cos A cos B. Dia jadi minus plus. Minus plus. Beri perhatian. Kemudian kita ada sin A sin B. Kalau tangent bracket A plus minus B, kita ada tangent A plus minus ikut. Kemudian kita ada tangent B over 1 terbalik. Terbalik minus plus. Kemudian kita ada tangent A tangent B. Okay, compound angle. So benda ini kita nak guna selepas ini. Okay, so sekarang kita berada di R expression C. Okay, R expression. So ini adalah salah satu cara untuk cari angle juga. So mula-mula kita ada normal, kemudian kita ada quadratic. Sekarang kita bergerak ke R expression. So benda ini sila letak bintang. Ini core kita. Okay, ini core kita. So sebelum kita mula, apa yang dimaksud dengan R expression? So let the expression. Okay, so di mana kita ada situasi dia, contohlah soalan. Okay, contoh soalan. A cos theta plus B sin theta. Contoh. Kemudian kita ada R cos bracket theta minus alpha. So ini adalah compound angle. Faham? Compound angle. So kalau compound angle, you rujuk cos bracket A minus B equals to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So ini adalah formula dalam compound angle. So di sini kita teruskanlah, ya. So A cos theta plus B sin theta is equals to R bracket compound angle. So cos theta cos alpha, kita ada minus, so dia jadi plus. Sin theta sin alpha. So bracket. So itu situasi dia. Kemudian you boleh compare. Faham tak? Because dia equal. So kalau you compare, you akan nampak satu situasi. Okay, kalau you expand, you akan dapat R cos theta cos alpha plus R sin theta sin alpha. So cos theta, nampak? Cos theta. So kalau you compare, you akan dapat situasi dia. A is equals to R cos alpha. Itu keadaan untuk the first term. Kemudian second term, you rujuk sini ada sin theta. So di sini pun ada sin theta. So kalau untuk you punya R tu, you expand, you akan nampak benda ini, iaitu B is equals to R sin alpha. Okay, B equals to R sin alpha. Kemudian kita perlu buat sesuatu perkara. Kita perlu buat sesuatu perkara. Itu adalah dia punya derive lah, iaitu A squared is equals to R squared cos squared alpha. Maksudnya saya square both side. Kemudian sama juga dekat sebelah kanan, iaitu B squared is equals to R squared and then sin squared alpha. Okay? Kemudian kita nak cari apa? Kita nak cari R. Okay, you boleh tengok soalan, where R must be greater than 0 and then alpha must in between the 0 until 90 degree. So kita nak cari R. So let's say ini equation 1, ini equation 2. We plus. Faham? Kita plus. So 1 plus with the 2. Okay, 1 plus with the 2. So very simple. R squared cos squared alpha plus R squared sin squared alpha is equals to A squared plus B squared. So kalau you nampak lah, 1 plus with the 2. So yang ini tambah dengan yang ini equals to A squared plus with the B squared. Okay, so continue. Kalau dah siap, we can factor out the R squared. So R squared bracket, we have cos squared alpha plus sine squared alpha is equals to R squared plus B squared. So that is the situation for the left and the right. Okay, so take note, cos squared plus sine squared. Cos squared plus sine squared. So based on the basic identity, cos squared plus sine squared is equals to 1. So that's why in here we have R squared is equals to A squared plus B squared. Stated, R must be greater than 0. Okay, R must be greater than 0. So meaning that R is equals to, we have the square root. Okay, we have the square root A squared plus with the B squared. So for the square root, in the front there must be a positive, negative sign, right? So in here stated R greater than 0, so automatically we accept the positive. So ignore the negative because of the condition. Settled? So that is the formula how we determine the value of R. So next time you can straightforward. Okay, straightforward. Pick the value A, pick the value B, and then substitute into the formula in order to determine the value of R. Settled? So next case, we are looking for the alpha. Okay, looking for the alpha. So in here, repeat the same process. Okay, repeat the same process. So in here, what we have is tangent alpha. Okay, tangent alpha. So you have to refer to this part. Okay, so in here we have R sine alpha over R cos alpha is equals to, where we have B over A. So simplify, R is a constant, we can simplify. Sine alpha over cos alpha, so we have tangent alpha equals to B over A. So that is the way how we determine the alpha. Okay, right? Alpha. So actually the alpha is the basic angle. So alpha is the basic angle. So meaning that we have to reverse the situation that we have gone through just now. Finding the alpha, which is the basic angle. So finally, we have determined the formula for the situation, which is the R and also the alpha. Settled? So after that, what we have to do is to substitute the situation. Okay, substitute the situation. So as a conclusion, A cos theta plus B sine theta is equals to R. So in here, square root of A squared plus with the B squared bracket, we have cos bracket, and then we have theta minus alpha. Okay, minus alpha. So in here, we have the alpha. So that is the way. Alpha is equals to arctangent B over A. Okay, so that is the usage. We said R expression. So kalau you bergerak ke example 8, so that is a situation. Okay, that is a situation. So let's discuss. Express 4 cos theta minus 3 sin theta in the form of R cos bracket theta plus with the x. So meaning that we have 4 cos theta minus 3 sin theta is equals to, it depends on you. You want to write R cos also can, or you want to straightforward expand also can. So meaning that R cos theta cos x minus R sin theta sin x. Situation step number 1. Next is to compare. Okay, compare. So when we compare, 4 is equals to, so try to compare. We have the cos theta. So R cos x. Another one. So we have negative 3. So in here we have negative, here also negative. So you may just compare. So straightforward, 3 is equals to R sin x. straightforward. Faham tak di sini? Terus. Iaitu R is equals to square root of A squared. So we have 16 plus with the B squared. So we have the 9. So no need to care about which one is A, which one is B. It's okay. Temporary, just substitute. Because A squared plus with the B squared, the order is not important. Okay, the order is not important. So straightforward, R is equals to square root of 25. You may straightforward express 5. No problem. So in here we have the situation sine over cos. So tangent x is equals to 3 over 4. So the value of x is equals to, you may refer to the calculator. So if you press the calculator, so we have 36.87 as a basic angle. Okay, as a basic angle. Settle? Okay, so if you want to ignore the basic angle, also never mind. Just leave it like that. So finally, express your answer. 4 cos theta minus 3 sin theta is equals to 5. Okay, and then cos bracket theta plus 36.87. So this is how we answer the first part. This is how we answer the first part. So di sini kadang-kadang ada 4, kadang-kadang ada 3. Depends. Kalau macam ni sahaja. Settle? So done for the first part. Second part. Okay, second part. They say solve. Okay, solve. So in here we have 4 cos theta minus 3 sin theta is equals to 1. Okay, is equals to 1. So do remember, we are unable to find the theta if we have 2 types of trigo in one question. We have 2 types of trigo in one question. We can't solve the problem. So normally, if you refer to the normal type, normally we only have 1 type of trigo at once. Then we move on to quadratic. We make use of the formula that we have learned in trigo equation. Then we make use of it and we modify the situation, and then again it becomes single types of trigo. So for this one also the same. Remember, we have cos theta and sin theta for the same time. So it can be done. So for example, some of the students they say, sir, kita boleh bawa kan? Kejap nanti kita boleh cos over sin kan? Okay, I show you. 4 cos theta equals to 1 plus 3 sin theta. So untuk situasi ni, you tak boleh bahagi. Sebab ada 1. Kalau ada 1 dia ganggu di sana, you tak boleh jadi tangent. Faham tak? You tak dapat jadi tangent. Because 1 plus 3 sin theta over cos theta, dia tak boleh nak ringkaskan. That's why tidak sesuai buat dengan cara normal atau cara kuadratik. So kita perlu guna R expression. So saya dah tunjuk ya. Okay, so continue. Compare. By using the compound angle, actually we can switch from the 2 types of trigo become 1. So in here we compare 5 cos bracket theta plus 36.87 equals to 1. Okay, equals to 1. So in here, apa yang nak berlaku? Back to normal. Understand not? Back to normal. So, okay, so that is our basic. We're already back to normal. So step number 1, observe the quadrant. So here we have cos positive. Cos positive. So first quadrant and the fourth quadrant, we have the basic angle. Okay, not basic angle. Second step is to identify the basic angle. Okay, basic angle. So in here, cos bracket 1/5 okay, not you can straightforward. If you calculate, then you will have 78.46. So this is what we call the basic angle. Okay, repeat the same process. And then step number 3 is to find the range. Step number 3 is to find the range. So range, in here we have 0, okay, so I prefer in angle rather than the radian. So I'm not very good in radian, so I straightforward focus on the angle. So refers to the basic angle, make sure it's the same, then only you can start. Continue. So here we have 36.87 . So that is our range. Okay, not that is our range. So step number 4, the rotation. Okay, the rotation. So first step is to locate the basic angle. So here we have the basic angle, which is 78.46. That is our basic angle. Second is to identify the situation. Where is 36.87? So as we all know, this is 78.46. So 36.87 straightforward is below the 78.46. So let's say here is the situation, or we can say the starting point. So mula dari sini bergerak sampai ke sini, dia hanya 360 sahaja. So teruskan. Di sini baru kita kata 396.87. Okay, 396.87. Teruskan ya, teruskan. So kita ada sini dengan sini. Kita punya intersection. So ingat, saya bukan nak tahu dia rotate berapa. Saya bukan nak tahu dia rotate berapa. Saya nak tahu mereka bertemu di mana. Faham? Mereka bertemu di mana. So, kita ada theta plus 36.87. Okay, theta 36.87. So, the first point is 78.46. Saya berjumpa di sini. Second one adalah di sini. So, saya perlu tekan calculator lah ya. Iaitu 360 minus 78.46. So, my answer is 281. 281.54. So, dah siap dua tempat. Finally, theta is equals to 78.46 minus 36.87. So, saya pun buat ya. 78.46 minus 36.87. So 41.59. Continue. 281.54 minus 36.87. So saya dapat 244.67. Okay, 244.67. Settle? So kalau you kena tengok soalan lah. Dia nak dalam bentuk radian. So multiply with the pi and then divide with 180. So my answer is 4.27 radian. Another one is theta is equals to 0.726 radian. So itu adalah cara saya menjawab soalan ini, iaitu R expression. So ingat kalau you ada dua jenis trigo, you tak boleh selesai. You mesti kena guna strategi sama ada macam normal, macam quadratic atau R expression. Ini adalah kita punya core. So kalau exam memang soalan macam ni memang famous lah. Okay, sebab dia boleh uji banyak benda. Dia boleh uji you punya compound, angle punya formula, then pengiraan R, pengiraan alpha, kemudian soft. So di sini saya bukan nak bincang macam mana nak cari alpha atau X. Saya nak bincang yang maximum minimum dia. Okay, maximum minimum dia. So yang depan ini anggap sebagai ulang kaji sajalah. Mula.
By using the R expression. So express square root of 3 cos 2x minus sin 2x in the form of R cos bracket 2x plus alpha, where R must be greater than 0 and alpha will be in between 0 and 2 pi. So the question asks us to express in the form of compound angle. So square root of 3 cos 2x minus sine 2x equals to r cos 2x cos alpha minus r sine 2x sine alpha. Next, I'm going to compare. By referring to square root of 3 cos 2x, compare with r cos 2x cos alpha. And we will have square root of 3 equals to r cos alpha. Next, we have negative sine 2x equals to negative r sine 2x sine alpha. So we will have 1 equals to r sine alpha. By using the formula, r is equals to square root of a squared plus b squared. So r will be equals to square root of 3 plus 1. So r will be equals to square root of 4, r will be equals to 2.
Okay, so di sini kena beri perhatian ya. So saya tunjuk step by step. So kalau you nampak, saya tak salin benda yang sama di sini. Saya straightforward expand. So berhati-hati ya dengan cos. Sebab kalau sini positif, ini negatif. Okay, positif jadi negatif. Then compare, benda ini you perlu nyatakan ya. Benda ini you perlu nyatakan. Kemudian formula untuk exam nanti tak perlu tulis. Tak perlu tulis. Yang kita nak adalah ini. Ini penting ada satu markah. Continue. Square root 4 tak perlu. Straightforward r equals to 2 pun boleh terima. Selesai? Teruskan.
Next. Tangent alpha is equals to 1 over square root of 3. With the help of the calculator, so alpha will be equals to 30 degree, which is the basic angle. So finally, square root of 3 cos 2x minus sine 2x is equals to 2 cos bracket 2x plus 30 degree.
So bila sampai ke sini wajib kena tulis ini dengan ini. Tak boleh tiba-tiba equals to 2 cos something like that. Tak nak. Mesti kena complete. Okay, mesti kena complete. Ulang suara. 3 atau 4 markah untuk bahagian pertama ini. Okay, so sekarang kita pergi ke bahagian seterusnya.
In here they mentioned the alpha must be in 2 pi or radian. So 2 cos bracket 2x plus pi over 6.
So yang ini berhati-hati sebab dia kata dia punya alpha dia mention dalam bentuk radian. So jawapan you pun sama, kena bentuk radian. Take note benda-benda yang kecil macam ni. Okay, continue.
Next we have B. And
Okay, so bila pergi ke bahagian ini, take note dengan perkataan maximum minimum. Kalau boleh highlight lah. Kalau boleh highlight. So ini pun sama. Dia very simple, straightforward. Kalau betul, betul. Kalau salah, salah. Dia bagi satu markah sahaja. Continue.
Hence, find the value of x on the interval 0 until 2 pi, which 2 minus square root of cos 2x plus sine 2x is the minimum. Then find the minimum and the maximum value. So now I'm going to find the minimum and the maximum value at first. We have 2 minus square root of 3 cos 2x plus sine 2x. Then we need to relate the situation from the case A. So as we can see, square root of 3 cos 2x minus sine 2x, which is equals to 2 cos bracket 2x plus 30 or pi over 6. So we need to relate the situation. So in here, I will do some modification, which is factoring the negative 1. So 2 minus bracket, we have square root of 3 cos 2x minus sine 2x. Then I try to relate the situation, become 2 cos bracket 2x plus 30 degree or pi over 6. So now we have the situation. So in order to find the minimum and the maximum, first we need to start from the basic, which is cos bracket 2x plus pi over 6. So for this,
okay, so take note di sini take note di sini. Saya ambil benda yang macam ni. Okay, biasanya pelajar tak nampak sangat. Okay, dia tak nampak sangat. Maksud saya tak nampak sangat adalah 2 minus kita ada square root of 3 cos 2x kemudian plus sin 2x. Saya nak ambil highlight di sini adalah negatif tu kalau you factor out Benda yang kecil you factor out, then baru you nampak situasi di sini, iaitu square root of cos 2x minus sin 2x. Actually, bahagian ni kita boleh substitute apa yang kita buat di soalan A itu. Ambil, letak. So, di sinilah situasi dia. Okay? So, sekarang saya nak pergi fokus dekat maximum minimum. Okay? Maximum minimum. So, sekarang you tengok sini. You imagine graph untuk cos. Kita punya permulaan adalah 2 minus 2 cos bracket. Dalam tu saya ignore. Okay, dalam tu saya ignore. Saya fokus di luar saja. Our starting point. Understand not? Our starting point. Step number 1. We have cos bracket something. Okay, cos bracket something. So imagine for the graph cos. So that is the situation for the graph cos. So we have the maximum is 1. The minimum is negative 1. So imagine the situation. Maximum, minimum, value. So we are referring to the number, then only we determine which one is the maximum. So for this case, maximum is 1, minimum is negative 1. So we can write negative 1 minimum and 1 is the maximum. So for the case, okay, for the case. Continue. Next, what we have to do is to multiply the situation. Okay, multiply the situation. Meaning that in here we have number 2, 2 cos bracket. So your graph will become something like this. Understand not? You multiply with the 2. So now your maximum value is 2. Your minimum value is negative 2. So here we have negative 2. Okay, that is a situation. Next, number 3. Number 3 is you multiply with the negative. Okay, you multiply with the negative. So means that the whole graph will become something like this. So here we have 2, here we have negative 2. So again, repeat the situation. It is still the same. Negative 2. Understand not? Your maximum value still the same, which is 2. The minimum value still the same, which is negative 2. Hopefully you can see the flow. But in exam, they didn't consider the process. They only want the final answer. What is your maximum? What is your minimum? Okay, so in the working, no need to state out. So you can write everything you want, but they won't consider. There is no method. Understand not? So continue. Next, we have to add on the 2. Okay, we have to add on the 2. So based on the situation, if we add on the 2, so here we have 4, 2 minus 2 cos bracket. So based on the graph, you add on the value 2 means that the whole graph, read in color, you shift up 2 units. So your graph will be something like this. Okay, so here will be the value 0. So here will be the value, so it becomes 4. Okay, it becomes 4. So we have 0, and 4. So that is a situation how we determine the maximum value and also the minimum value. But the question, they won't consider the process. They only consider this part. When I'm doing I only consider this part. Negative 1, 1. Then it becomes negative 2, 2. Then it becomes negative 2, 2. And then finally 0, 4. So your maximum value. So max value equals to 4. Your minimum value equals to 0. So that's all for the part. Find the minimum and maximum value. Okay, so that is the situation when I'm doing to answer the question in a final exam. So straightforward. Okay, done. So now you already have your maximum and minimum value. So based on the question, they said find the value of x for this case is minimum. So means that it's equals to 0. It's equals to 0. Continue.
We are going to use 0. So given the answer for part A, square root of 3 cos 2x minus sin 2x is equals to 2 cos x bracket 2x plus 30 degree or pi over 6. Based on the question in B, the question asks us to express or find the value of x. 2 minus square root of 3 cos 2x plus sin 2x is equals to minimum. So the answer is equals to 0. So now we need to simplify the situation. So previously we already discussed 2 minus bracket square root of 3 cos 2x minus sin 2x equals to 0. This one is equals to this one. So finally 2 minus 2 cos bracket 2x plus 30 degree is equals to 0. So now I'm going to simplify the situation where we will have cos bracket 2x plus 30 degree is equals to 1.
Okay, so based on this part, should be no problem. So equals to 0, and then you rearrange. Okay, then back to normal. So cos something is equals to 1. So now we are already back to normal. Understand not? The normal types of question for the solution of trigonometric function. So continue. There are how many steps? We have 5 steps.
So now I'm going to find the value of x. So step number 1, observe the situation. So for this case, cos is positive. So it will be the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant where we have the basic angle. Now the basic angle for cos bracket 2x plus 30 degree equals to 1 is 2x plus 30 is equals to 0 degree where we have the basic angle. Step number 3 is to find the range. So given the question, the range is 0 until 2 pi. So my preferences is using the degree. So we have 0 degree until 360 degree. So based on the base angle, we have 2x plus 30. So what we have to do is to convert or transform the situation to 2x plus 30 degree. So at first, what we have to do is to multiply 2. So for the left hand side, we still have 0 degree. In the middle, we will have 2x. At the end, we will have 720 degree. Next, we will have to add on 30. So for the left hand side, we will have 30 degree. In the middle, we will have 2x plus 30 degree. So finally, 720 plus 30, we will have 750 degree. So that will be the range for this case. So now step 4, rotation and the diagram. So I'm going to illustrate the situation in step 1, observe, which will be the first quadrant, okay, and also the fourth quadrant. So in this case, refers to the basic angle. The angle is 0. So we need to do some modification for the step number 4. Since it's a 0 degree, so the angle will be around first and the fourth quadrant. So the situation will be around here, 0 degree, okay, as a basic angle. Next, we have to illustrate the range in the diagram. So the range begins with 30 degree. So where's the location of 30 degree? Approximately around here. Okay, so we need to moving forward or anti-clockwise in order to reach 750 degree. So let's say this is a 30. We have to move for one cycle until this part is 360. Until this part is 390, because 360 plus with the 30 degree, so 390. So here we will have 390. And we still have to move on until this part, it will be 720 for this part. So still not enough because we have to stop at 750. So we have to moving forward until this part, we will have 750. So let me redo or clear up the situation. So let us begin here. So here actually is 30 degree. Here would be 90 degree. This part would be 180. Here we will have 270. Here we will have 360. Here we will have 390 degree. Here we will have 360 plus with the 90, and we will have 450. Okay, 360 plus with the 90. Our answer is 450. So for this part, 360 plus with 180, and we will have 540. Next, for this part, 360 plus 270, we will have 630. Okay, so finally, we add on 360 plus with 360, we have 720 for this part. And then finally, add on with 30, so we will have 750. So basically, that is the rotation. So in order to get the value or the answer, our answer will be around here and this part. So finally, step number 5. Step number 5, the solution. We have 2x plus 30 is equals to, first answer is 360. The second answer would be 720. So in order to find the value of x, we need to do some multiplication and simplify. So we will have x is equals to 360 minus 30 divided by 2. And x will be equals to 165 degree. Next, we have 720 minus 30 divided by 2. And our answer will be 345 degree. Do remember to express your answer in the form of radian. So the answer will be 11 pi over 12. Another one will be 23 pi over 12. So here we are, and thanks for watching.
Okay, so itu adalah cara lah kita guna R expression. So saya just touch and go regarding the R expression, macam mana formula dia. Okay, kemudian saya sentuh step dia, macam mana nak buat untuk R expression. Kemudian saya sentuh tentang maximum minimum. Kemudian saya selesaikan masalah. So, example di depan itu 1 until 6 and 7 itu just nak repeat proses yang sama, iaitu how to find the angle. Okay, so kalau you rasa macam tak cukup lagi, ingat you ada lecture note untuk chapter ini. Saya minta you check baliklah lecture note. Okay, supaya you akan nampak lagi detail apa yang tengah berlaku. So kalau dah selesai, maksudnya kita tinggal last part untuk 7.3, which is the T substitution. So R expression tadi saya dah minta letak bintang. So sekarang kita kena pergi ke T substitution. Ini pun sama, kena letak bintang juga. Okay? So sekarang kita pergi ke T substitution. So soalan ini atau video ini saya akan terangkan, okay, macam mana kita nak buat T substitution. So untuk soalan ini, dia adalah benda yang static. Maksudnya benda yang mati. Memang macam tu je. Setiap kali kalau you jumpa T substitution, itu sahaja jawapan dia. Itu sahaja jawapan dia. Kalau soalan minta you show, you prove, you just buat apa yang saya tunjuk di sini, masukkan saja, selesai. So dalam exam, biasanya kita fokus kepada R expression sebab dia banyak teknik. Berbanding dengan T substitution, dia benda yang orang kata mati. Kalau you nampak dia je, you hafal je. Then selesai. Okay, so kita teruskan ya. Ini pun kena letak bintang ya.
By using the T substitution method. So let T equals to tangent theta over 2 in the half angle formula. So in the half angle formula,
so sekarang saya bincang T substitution. Saya tengah tunjuk bagaimana untuk proof. Okay, bagaimana untuk proof, iaitu sin theta, cos theta dengan tangent theta. Boleh katakan sentiasa sama saja kalau you jumpa soalan macam ni. Dia kata show that sin theta atau cos theta atau tangent theta. Okay, perkara ini akan ulang dan ulang dan ulang. So kalau sini theta, sini pun ikut theta. Kalau sini 2 theta, sini pun ikut 2 theta. Yang lain ini semua sama. Okay, dan ini pun akan berubah lah. Okay, tak apa-apa pun you tengok dulu.
we have tangent theta is equals to 2 tangent theta over 2 over 1 minus tangent square theta over 2. So if we let the t as a tangent theta over 2, so the situation will be 2t over 1 minus t squared. So by using to the right angle triangle, okay, so we have a theta over here. So the situation would be opposite over adjacent. So opposite will be 2t and adjacent will be 1 minus t squared. Refers to the right angle, r can be determined by using the Pythagoras theorem. In here, r equals to the hypotenuse. So now, by refers to the right angle triangle, r as a hypotenuse can be determined by using the Pythagoras theorem. Written, r squared is equals to 2t bracket square plus bracket 1 minus t squared square. So next, I'm going to expand. So where we will have...
Okay, so sekarang you tengok ini sebenarnya adalah half, okay, half angle. Kalau you tengok formula yang saya bagi, double angle punya bawah ada half angle. Okay, tangent theta equals to 2 tangent theta over 2 minus 1 minus tangent squared theta over 2. So itu adalah dia punya formula dalam half angle. Atau kalau sini adalah 2 theta, ini akan jadi 2 tangent theta 1 minus tangent squared theta. Okay, so soalan kita kata let t equals to this thing. That's why we have 2t and then equals to 1 minus t squared. So benda ini adalah sama. Okay, so saya pun guna right angle triangle. Then saya substitute opposite over adjacent. Masukkan. Benda yang sama ya. Okay, teruskan.
r squared is equals to 4t squared plus 1 minus 2t squared plus t to the power 4. Rearrange the situation. We'll have r squared equals to t to the power 4 plus 2t squared plus 1. Next, I'm going to factorize the situation. And finally, we have r squared is equals to t squared plus 1 bracket square. Or 1 plus t squared bracket square. So finally, r is equals to 1 plus t squared. So meaning that r is equals to 1 plus t squared as a hypotenuse. So sine theta, based on the trigo ratio, we will have opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite will be 2t over hypotenuse will be 1 plus t squared. Next, for the cos theta, it is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So where we will have 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared. And finally, tangent theta would be 2t over 1 minus t squared. Given that tangent theta over 2 is equals to t.
Okay, so ini adalah soalan show. Okay, soalan show. Maksudnya show apa? Show sin theta, cos theta atau tangent theta. So you akan nampak soalan lah kalau you jawab pasir nanti. Okay, atau assignment nanti. Atau apa-apa soalan lah. Bila dia ada kaitan dengan t substitution, ini mesti permulaan dia. Okay, so soalan ni boleh berubah ya. Kalau tangent 2 theta, sini akan jadi 2 theta. Sini semua akan jadi theta. T equals to tangent theta. Okay, so itu permulaan dia. So kalau dalam exam nanti, perkara ini tak perlu tunjuk. Okay, bahagian ni tak perlu tunjuk. You boleh straightforward tulis macam ni saja. Maksudnya, step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. Saya dah cakap dah ya. So bahagian ni tidak perlu. Okay, so dah siap T substitution, kita tengok macam mana nak jawab soalan seterusnya.
So, by referring to the example, by using t equals to tangent theta over 2, solve for cos theta minus 3 sin theta equals to 1 for the angle 0 until 2 pi. So now I'm going to use the substitution method. So,
okay, so bila nak guna T substitution method, yang pertama ada arahan. Okay, yang pertama ada arahan. Faham tak? Ada arahan. Yang kedua, you tak boleh guna normal. Faham tak? Maksudnya you guna normal, you tak dapat selesai. Then, you guna quadratic punya style. Maksudnya guna factor formula, double angle, whatever formula you're using, but you still cannot simplify the situation after you modify. Then, only you use the R expression. If the question mentioned using the T substitution or R expression. So, R expression dengan T substitution adalah sama. Iaitu ketika you jumpa situasi macam ni. Faham tak? You jumpa situasi macam ni. Maksudnya, you ada dua types of trigo yang you tak boleh nak ringkaskan. Then, you terpaksa guna R expression atau T substitution. So, saya guna soalan yang sama supaya pengiraan kita senang. Teruskan.
Previously, we have already discussed cos theta actually is equals to 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared. Whereas for sin theta, it is equals to 2t over 1 plus t squared. So now I'm going to substitute. So for cos theta, 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared. minus 3. For the sine theta, we have 2t over 1 plus t squared, which is equals to 1. Next, I'm going to expand and equate the denominator. So we will have 4 minus 4t squared minus 6t over 1 plus t squared equals to 1. Next, I'm going to cross multiply and then simplify the situation. 4 minus 4t squared minus 6t equals to 1 plus t squared. So finally, we have 5t squared plus 6t, and then minus 4, 1 minus 4, we will have negative 3, which is equals to.
Okay, so kalau you nampak di sini, nampak tak apa yang berlaku? Sini kita ambil dari mana? Kita ambil dari tadi punya proving. Faham tak? Tadi punya proving. Mana dia, you punya benda ini akan sama, sentiasa sama, kecuali T awak akan berubah. Contohlah, T ini adalah tangent theta over 2. Mungkin soalan yang lain nanti, ketika sini 2 theta, sini akan jadi tangent theta. Faham? TU saja akan berubah, yang lain ini mesti sama. Maksudnya cos theta pun sama, sin theta pun sama. Untuk setiap kali yang berubah adalah ini sahaja. Faham? Yang berubah adalah ini saja. Yang lain semua akan sama. Maksudnya format dia mesti macam tu. Settle? So saya pun cross multiply. So saya ringkaskan dia. Akhirnya saya dapat apa? Saya tekan calculator. Saya dapat jawapan yang it's not an integer, it's a decimal. Okay? So saya sengaja cari soalan macam ni untuk you nampak keadaan dia. Jangan ingat selalunya cantik je jawapan. Faham? Teruskan.
Tangent theta over 2 is equals to 0.38, and t is equals to tangent theta over 2 equals to negative 1.58.
Okay, so bila balik ke sini, actually you sudah kembali ke normal. Tangent theta over 2 equals to 0.38 is a normal. Tangent theta over 2 equals to negative 1.58. Itu pun normal. Maksudnya kembali semula cara nak selesai perkara ini dengan normal method. Teruskan.
So now we will proceed to the second part, which is looking for the theta. So step number 1 is to observe. So now we have tangent theta over 2 positive. So it will be located in the first quadrant and the third quadrant where we have the basic angle. Second step, we're going to determine the basic angle. So given that tangent theta over 2 is equals to 0.38, so theta over 2 is equals to 20.81 degree, which is the basic angle. Step number 3, we have to determine the range. So refer to the question. Question asks us to find from 0 until 2 pi. So my preference is using the angle. So my angle will be 0 degree theta until 360 degree. By referring to the basic angle, we have theta over 2. And for our range would be theta. So what we have to do is to modify the situation and divide by 2. So we still have 0 for the left hand side. In the middle will be theta over 2. And the end will be 180 because 360 divided by 2. So that will be the range. So for step number 4, we're going to illustrate the situation in a diagram and refer to the range to have the rotation. So given the first, observe. So we have the first quadrant and the third quadrant for the basic angle, where we have 20.81 for the basic angle. Next, we have to refer to the range. So given the range started from 0 until 180. So that will be the rotation. So from here, we notice that we only have one answer. So finally, step number 5, which is the solution. So my answer will be theta over 2, which is equals to 20.81. And theta will be equals to 41.61 degree. So that will be the left hand side. So now we are going to shift to the right hand side, where we have tangent theta over 2 is equals to negative 1.58. So step number 1, observe the situation. So here we have,
for the graph of tangent, dia adalah unlimited. Kalau you tengok semula graph untuk tangent, dia kan dari bawah naik ke atas kan, dia unlimited. So for this case, dia ada solution. Jangan terkejut kata okay, out of the range, no solution. No.
Tangent theta over 2 negative. So we will have first quadrant and the fourth quadrant as a basic angle. Next, we have to determine the basic angle. Okay, do remember to ignore the sign for negative. So we have tangent theta over 2 is equals to 1.58. So from here, from the basic angle, theta over 2 is equals to 57.67. Step number 3, refer to the range. So for this question, it will be the same, meaning that from 0 until 180 degree. So step number 4, we are going to illustrate the situation in the diagram. So previously, we already known that in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant for the basic angle, which is equals to 57.67 for both parts. Next, we are going to rotate the situation. The starting point will be start from 0 until 180. So in here, we notice that we only have one answer, which is on the second quadrant. So step number 5, theta over 2, which is equals to 180 minus 57.67. So theta over 2 will be equals to 122.33 degree. So finally, we have to multiply with 2 so that we have theta. So my final answer will be 244.66 degree. So finally,
Okay, so saya rasa tiada masalah lah. Sebab bawah ni sentiasa saya ulang sahaja. Okay, sentiasa saya ulang sahaja. So, jangan lupa tulis jawapan akhir you. So, sama ada jawapan akhir you dia nak dalam bentuk radian atau degree. So, you kena berhati-hati. Faham? Berhati-hati.
using the t equals to tangent x, solve 2 minus square root of cos 2x plus sin 2x is equals to 0 for the angle 0 until 2 pi. So now I'm going to use the t substitution method to solve the problem. So as we all know, question asks us to use t equals to tangent x. So now my suggestion is using the double angle. So where we have tangent 2x is equals to 2 tangent x over 1 minus tangent x square. So question asks us to substitute tangent theta as a t. So tangent 2x will be equals to 2t over 1 minus t squared. So by referring to the Pythagoras theorem of the right angle triangle, so we know that for sine 2x will be equals to 2t over 1 plus t squared. And for cos 2x, it will be 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared. So,
okay, so untuk ini, kalau you dengar saya cakap by using Pythagoras theorem, betul? Right angle triangle by using the Pythagoras theorem. Bermaksudnya, you perlu buat triangle di sini, you perlu buat triangle di sini, then you tulis you punya opposite, you punya adjacent semua di situ, then you tulis you punya hypotenuse. Kemudian baru you jawab soalan ni sin 2x dengan cos 2x. Itu adalah cara menjawab soalan ini sebagai permulaan. Okay? So bila you sudah dapat benda ini, tangent, sin dengan cos, baru you substitute. Then baru you menjawab soalan. Okay? Di mana kita ada di sini? Nampak? Saya ganti. Boleh? So saya cuba selesaikanlah. Akhirnya saya dapatlah situasi saya begini. Okay? So untuk situasi ini, kalau you tekan calculator, you dapat 2 equal root. Okay? 2 equal root. Pagi tadi saya dah cakap dah ya, ada 3 situasi. Okay? Ada 3 situasi. So, teruskan saja, iaitu benda yang sama. Tangent x equals to negative 0.27. So, tak perlu buat 2 kali, hanya buat sekali sahaja. Teruskan ya. Tangent negative, remember, ignore the negative sign. So, teruskan, cari quadrant. First, number 2 and number 4. Then, tangent x equals to, nampak tak? Positive 0.27. Cari basic angle. 15.11. Kemudian, teruskan lagi. Teruskan lagi, cari range. Teruskan cari range. Then, tengok sendiri ya. Di sini saya punya basic angle second and fourth quadrant, saya punya rotation from 0 until 360. Kemudian saya sebenarnya tak perlu tunjuk 180 minus 15.11, semua tak perlu. Saya hanya nak jawapan akhir dia saja. Okay? So jangan lebih, jangan kurang. Kalau lebih atau kurang, kira tak lengkap. Akhirnya nak dalam bentuk radian, so kita pun tulis jawapan kita dalam bentuk radian. Faham? Dalam bentuk radian. So peringatan, tulis jawapan anda dalam 3 significant figure. Kalau boleh. Seperti yang saya tunjuk di sini. Tetapi kalau untuk ini, kalau boleh ya, 1.92. Okay, 1.92. Okay, so kalau dah selesai, sebenarnya untuk chapter ini, dah habis lah.